everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is just Asia, and right now we are going to be building in Willow Creek in the home Riddle Rose. And I'm excited because I'm going to be using the new basement treasures kit with The Sims 4. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't care about basements. I do not build basements in my builds and in my decoration videos. I just didn't really see a point in basements for me, but I thought it would be a fun idea because I had just bought the kit, and I was kind of just like, what the heck, with my family home, my home. I really don't like basements. My family knows that I'm very terrified of basements. It could be critters in there and all types of stuff, so I don't like basements. And that's kind of like the vibe that I wasn't trying to go for when it came to this basement. As you can see right now, I'm taking everything from the kit because I get confused when it comes to with all the kit stuff like all in one place. So I wanted to take everything out that was with the kits, that was with this basement treasures kit, and take it all out, as you can see that I'm doing now. I know everybody was really excited about the heart bed. I've only played Sims 4, so I don't really know anything about the heart bed, but everybody seemed either upset or really happy when it came to the dismembered heart bed. But yeah, I really don't have anything to say about that. I thought it was cute. I really thought it was cute because I see basements as catch-alls. I see basements as putting something somewhere where you know that no one's going to look at it and no one's going to touch it, and no one's going to be around it. So right now I'm building a basement type bedroom. This is like, for the family that I have, this is where the basement, this is where someone used to stay. But now it's all like, you know, dirty and dingy. It's got spider webs everywhere, and you know, it's cracked walls and stuff. You know, got the old TV from the treasure kit. And I really wanted to utilize the broken down chairs. I really did like the broken down chairs. And then the milk crates. Me and my family, we used to always have like milk crates everywhere. I don't know where my mom got them from, but we would always have milk crates everywhere. So I really enjoyed like putting the crates on top of the chairs and stuff. And the dinosaur TV, guys. I love the dinosaur TV. I thought it was a really like nice touch. I will say this basement, as we keep going, I was really inspired by 90s basements. I am technically, I guess technically a 90s baby, technically, and I'm a 2000s kid. I'm 24, so in my old house we used to have a basement that was similar to the one that I'm building right now. We had a TV down there. We had our laundry down there. We could play down there. We had toys down there. Anything that you could imagine that was downstairs in my basement was down there. So I really wanted to utilize that. The crates are kind of like, I wanted to make, I wish in The Sims 4 we had more of those boxes that they finally gave us, like the moving boxes. I wish we had more of those, because that's what the crates are kind of like symbolizing. Moving boxes like in a corner that maybe people haven't like gotten to. And now what we're doing is we are making another room. This is like the TV room where people can come down here and just chill. I imagine it's for teens to come down here with their friends. You know, their parents are like, hey, you can't use the upstairs TV because that's my TV, but you can use the downstairs TV in the basement. I really wanted to also utilize a lot of the werewolf pack stuff. I don't use the werewolf stuff a lot or at all because I feel like it's really dingy and I don't really like it for my builds. But for this build, I really enjoyed it. Also, we're using the siding that I really liked as well. I thought that it really went well with the build instead of the purple that I wanted to use at first. I just wanted the basement to come out a certain way, and I felt like it did a really good I did a really good job of having it come out a certain way. And as you can also see, I really wanted to use the pancake portrait, but I felt like it didn't really go with the build, only because I don't really see why we would have another sim family in our house when that's not the family that I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be focusing on. I'm gonna be focusing on a family that I make. Um, and right now we're just this build is kind of short. I had to slim down some of it because it was about an hour and a half. It took me an hour and a half to finish this build. I don't even understand why it took me that long, but it took me that long. I think that it was also because I really wanted it to have that 90s vibe. And I think that it really did well. I wish we had like beer cans. I know like for The Sims that's probably something that we would never have, but I really wanted beer cans because I thought it would be a good idea. Like, the father comes down here sometimes, to get away from the family or something like that. Even though that's problematic in itself, but he comes down here and, he, drinks his beer and watches TV on the old TV. So I thought about that. And this family, like, they like to play board games, so all of their board games is down here. Which I think the board games are from the Growing Together pack. And you see right now I'm just finishing up the bedroom, as I like to call it, putting dirty clothes in places and stuff, just to show that like this is not a basement that people really use, that the family really uses. It's just, it's just a place where you can go to kind of you can put things anywhere that you want to. It's just, it's just an area where the family can go to kind of like, get away from everyday life, I guess. I will say that I really, really liked, I don't know what to call them. It's those, if you can see, on the floor, it like makes the floor look like dirty. It makes the wood floor look dirty and dingy, and I really liked that. I thought that that was a really good idea for the Sims team, to put that there, just to show that like, oh, your basement may have water damage and stuff like that. And that's kind of how like I think of it, as water damage. Because a lot of, when you have a washer and dryer, it's going to be some type of water damage downstairs in your basement, especially if you have wooden floors. And I would have loved to see like maybe another like wood floor type where it was like the wood was buckled. I think that that would be really nice, and kind of just showing with the whole like basement and like dirty and dingy type like area. And your basements don't have to be dirty and dingy, but I feel like this kit really kind of showed where like the range is when it comes to that stuff. I think that's why I wanted to utilize the werewolf pack so much, because of the fact is that their pack, it has a lot of stuff that's like, dirty, tattered, old. So I really wanted to utilize that. Another problem that I had was with the couch. I didn't understand why the couch and the chair don't have the same swatches. I don't really understand that, and it annoyed me just a little bit because I really wanted it to match. But then I thought about it, and I was just like, you know what, this family, it doesn't have, everything doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. That's fine. I still like it. I just wish that the couch would have matched. And guys, I literally spent, I want to say, 5 whole minutes trying to make it match. And it just wasn't working. And right now you see a lot of the, sorry, I have allergies, so you may like hear me sneeze or something. I apologize. Right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to fit all the little lights up there, all the little fairy lights, which I use them in, I swear, all of my builds. I also use them in Nyla's build as well, because I really like them. I think they're really pretty. But I saw these a lot in like 90s basement pictures when I tried to look up some inspiration, and I saw these a lot. And since we have them in The Sims, I thought, why not use them? I think it was a really good idea to use these. Um, and yeah, like I really like the way that the build came out. The whole room in general, having like not it being like such a huge space, but it kind of just being two separate rooms with like a hallway. I think that was a good idea. You know, I'm saying that and I'm the one who built it. And right now I never have anywhere to put that like fish thing. So I thought it would go well right here. It kind of reminded me of like when a husband buys something and like the wife, or maybe like a husband doesn't want something and they're like, hey, I want to get rid of this, and they're like, no, let's just put it downstairs in the basement. So I thought that was a good idea to put that there. I thought it looked really nice. And then we have some old papers and stuff. Like I imagine, like with kids and stuff, I know that our basement, my family home's basement, was really dirty because we would come down there and just throw our stuff down there. So that's why it was always so dirty for us, because when you have kids, they're gonna do anything. I tried to look for a dresser, but I really couldn't find one that worked with this style, so I just said forget it. And I'm putting like old, well, I guess it's not old, but some pet stuff down here as well. Like, oh, I want to keep this stuff, but I'm not sure. That's kind of like how I'm imagining this family is. And I will say, when it comes to my builds, before I build, I really like to imagine who is going to be living here. So I really think that with this build, it's possibly 2 teens and a father who just lost his job. Maybe he just lost his job, or he couldn't find a job or anything like that. I know it's probably weird, but when it comes to The Sims, I really like to dive in and to think about like what my Sims life is like. And not just like what I do for them in The Sims, but like even going past that. And yeah, okay, so the build is the build is almost complete. By the end of the build, I definitely want to go in and show you guys like everything that I put, and give you guys like a proper tour. I see that I put the some punching bags and stuff. Just things that is like old and tattered that would go in the basement. That I think that would go in the basement. And now we're putting the books. It really didn't work because they were floating. So I ended up getting rid of them because they were floating in the air. And then I also thought about like old things that maybe my friend may have had like in her basement and stuff like that. And just getting inspiration from my friends and getting inspiration from like Google and stuff to try to figure out exactly how I want this build to go. Some stuff clearly did not work. That foosball table, I think that's what it's called, the foosball table. Somebody correct me in the comments if it's not what it's called. I tried to make it work in this build, but I wanted the build to also be functional, so that wasn't going to work because it was too big. And right now I'm just adding like my finishing touches on the build, just little bits and pieces of stuff that I want in the build that I feel like would make it all come together. The one thing I do regret is putting the detergent on top of the washer. I felt like that would have been a really nice touch for the build as well, is putting the washer. Alright, now we are I'm about to show you around. We have a pipe right there. I wanted a pipe just to show like, hey, this is a basement. And we have the washer and dryer. We have a bike right over there. And then this is the living room. We got like some old trophies, some old pictures, some old homework and stuff. And then we have the boxes that I was telling you guys about that I really wanted it to be like moving boxes. And then you come into the room, and you see that, like, it's like an old room. It's got a bunch of stuff in here, stuff that, it's got some boxes and stuff, old messed up bookcase and everything, and yeah, and this was the build. I really enjoyed